Hey everyone, welcome to another OurMFC video. I'm Jordan, your host, and today we've got lifelong Boro fan Jimmy Lees on with us. How's it going, Jimmy? All right?
Yeah, good man. How are you?
Good. Yeah, I'm really good, thanks, mate. So we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about obviously the Cardiff game at the weekend, and then Coventry as well last night. So what were your thoughts on the Cardiff game? Just starting off with.
It was good to not get beat, to be honest, against what there's been the informed team in the league as well. 6 on the bounce, concede a sloppy goal. Don't get me wrong, but it was a game I felt we kind of dominated as well. We played the better football. Mick McCarthy's gone in there and kind of brought things back to basics with him, and they're performing quite well. So if we'd have lost, I wouldn't have been surprised. But no, we managed to get a draw. But no, on another day we could have won a game like that. But I was happy with the performance, to be honest. I thought the lads did well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't how we conceded that goal. I have no idea. How
we
conceded
the same last night, didn't we?
Yeah. We'll get onto that one as well. But that Cardiff one, I mean, Morrison, he didn't even jump for it. He just kind of like flicked his head.
No,
and that was it.
It was ridiculous. It was a silly goal. I don't think you'll get an easier finish as well. Like as a centre half going up for throw-ins like that. But that's the thing. Is like recently we've been conceding poor goals, like from silly mistakes or like lapse of concentration. Like every single goal against Bristol City was the same, and that's something that wasn't happening in the first half of the season. So what's changed or what, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, one thing to say with those goals, like George Saville, I think is always like a calming and reassuring presence for defending set pieces, and he wasn't playing in them like starting for any of those goals against Cardiff and the one we'll talk about later in Coventry. So maybe that could be a reason or what, I don't know. But yeah, it's not normal.
Yeah, I mean, we're not the tallest of sides, are we? But I think George itself he's got a decent amount of height on him, hasn't he? So it does make a difference.
Yeah, hell of a leap. And he's not sloppy in defence, he'll do the basics, right, George Saville? He's one of those players where like I don't think he gets the credit he deserves.
Yeah. Well, actually, I remember his goal against Cardiff. That was a header, wasn't it?
He wins
away, and that was a good header.
Yeah, he wins a lot of headers. He's got a great leap on him. He's built like a modern day footballer, and he's good in them situations. But I mean, that could be a reason. I'm probably wrong. I usually am, but that could be two pence worth for that one.
Yeah, I think that's been our downfall this season, and cutting out them. I spoke about in the last week's video. It was them split second decisions. Making silly mistakes here and there, and maybe having a bit more experienced head, keep you cool, and going from there. But that's kind of cost us this season.
Yeah, it has, and it's nice for Paddy to get his first goal of the season as well. To be fair, like that was good to see against Cardiff. Because he's been an assist machine most of it, or at least chance creation machine. Like because the way he whips a ball in is unreal to watch.
It's outrageous.
Yeah, and if we had if Britta Sombolonga was half the centre forward, some people seem to think he is. Like the amount of goals he'd have off the back of it, he'd be on 15 goals a season already. The amount of balls that lad puts in the box, but he's had a good season. I know he's been playing midfield last 2 games, but.
What are your thoughts about him playing just in front of the defence? Because I mean, I think the last couple of games that he's played there, he's looked all right, and he's offered us something a bit different, hasn't he?
He has. I am a fan of Paddy McNair as a centre half personally. I liked it beginning of the season when we're playing the 3 at the back, and he was given the freedom to go wild basically. So you had Dale Fry in the middle, and we had Paddy McNair and Dykesdale either side of him, and both Paddy and Dykesdale were able to go forward and try and get involved in the midfield, playing creative side of the game. And we played some nice football that way because Paddy McNair is useful in the final third. Even beginning the last season under Woodgate, Paddy was class in creating chances for people and whatever. He was good at getting the ball in the box into dangerous areas. Okay, it rarely pinpoint, but he get the ball into a dangerous position to trouble defenders and create half chances. So he's doing that from midfield. But I mean, Grant Hall's come at the team done really well. I think what it does, it's I think any kind of squad, I think the championship level, and you look at international teams and when you go to tournaments and stuff like that, it's useful to have a player that can play more than one position.
Yeah.
And I think Paddy McNair can do that. He's not going to excel in midfield. but he'll do all right then. He's done all right, I think.
Yeah, he's a very versatile player, and like you say, we've seen that throughout the season. I think as well, when, you know, at times you haven't had the squad depth, having that versatility, you know, it makes a massive difference. You know, Warnock can switch players in different positions or try different things. And
well,
like
Howson does the same, doesn't he? Johnny Howson does the same.
Yeah.
He's unreal at centre half, playing at right back at times as well.
Yeah.
Superb, and you go in there and do a job, but he's doing a great job in midfield as well at the moment.
Yeah, I think Howson deserves captaincy as well, because I think he's been, like you say, he's been over the. I mean, I remember when he first came to the Boro, and everyone weren't sure on him. You know, I think, and then the chant was he used to be shite, but now he's all right.
Yeah,
walking in Wonderland.
He
just completely turned it around.
He was never shy. I think Boro fans can be very critical. I don't know, because what happens? I'll watch a YouTube montage. They'll see Jimmy Howson score a volley, and I'll see him score like a little solo goal at Man City. And if you do that every week in the Championship for Middlesbrough, he's shite. But it's not that at all. I think Boro fans a little bit peed off as well, the fact he was taking Adam Clayton's place, which Middlesbrough fans seem to think he walked on water, that lad, which, you know, he hardly walked. He didn't move really. But I think there was a lot of it was like unreal expectations of a footballer, to be honest. But you know, he's managed to win all fans over, which is good. It's always good, and he signed a deal for next year as well, isn't he, Johnny Howson?
I think so. Yeah, I'm sure he signed an extension.
So that might be his last year as a footballer as well. But let's be honest, like the energy he puts in, the miles he covers for what a man at his age as a footballer, it's superb, isn't it?
Well, Warnock was saying that you know, he's 32-year-old. And the running stats that they get, you know, after they wear them bands, don't they, that tracks them. He said, like, he's running off the charts. He's clocking up at like 11k a game.
Insane, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just mad, like you say, for a man of his age. But yeah, moving on to the Coventry game then. What were your thoughts on that game? Because it didn't start off very well.
It didn't.
I was watching it with my girlfriend's dad, and we were both looked at each other, you know, locked eyes, like, oh god, it's going to be one of them games.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought as well. It's like I sat there, got me Stella ready, but right, okay, we need a nice midweek win here. Sat there, started watching, they score early doors. I thought, oh shite, again. And let's be honest, it wasn't a great game of football. The pitch was appalling. The commentary team for Coventry, they were the worst commentators I've ever heard. Like,
I've heard loads about them on Twitter. Didn't they call? They called. It was Bettinelli. They called him Balotelli.
Yeah, Balotelli. Tavernier was Tavernier.
Yeah,
I think it was. Tavernier. That was a Tavernier they were calling it.
It was like Bowler as well. They called him like Belong. It was something daft like that.
And all you could hear was Sky Blues, Sky Blues, Sky Blues. Never referred to them as Coventry. It was like, oh my God, this is painful to listen to.
Yeah.
And it was pretty painful to watch as well. But obviously, Paddy McNair with great ball in for Grant Hall to get his first goal as well. We were a better team second half. We were the better team second half. I think we deserved the win, but it's one of those games where, you know, if we finish in the top 6 this year, and again, it's a big if, those are the kind of games you look back and say, you know, we came from behind, away from home, on a cold, wet Tuesday night in Birmingham, playing Coventry. It's like, no, you look back at that and think, that's massive. It's like, no, look at the whole City game. Right? Header and stuff like that. It's like, it's those moments, those games where you look back at the end of the season, like, that was massive for us. So like you say, if we do finish the top 6, and like, we'll look back at this game fondly. If we don't, it's one of those games you'll watch the end of season review and think, oh shit, I forgot about that game. Yeah, that was all right. Yeah. That's 2-1 when it comes to it. But yeah, it was an awful game of football to watch, but a few little glimpses of class. You know, the goal was well made. Marvin Johnson at the end, a nice little reverse pass into Johnny Howson. Good cut back from him. Obviously, George Saville there tapping at the end. It was nice to see him grab a goal as well. Some good substitutions from Warnock. I think he managed the game really well. Could have had a third with Balassi near the end. I don't know what that ball through from Saville was all about. Like, I don't know what he was trying to do.
I thought he was going to go it alone, and then he just kind of played it through to the side, and it overran it a little bit. But then, maybe because he was a bit too wide, he couldn't get it back across.
I think that's what it was. Yeah, he wasn't a great ball into him, but you know what? It don't matter. We won anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I think as well, having Balassi come back into the team, I think he's going to be massive in that running.
Yeah.
You know, there's a few players that we've just mentioned there. I think Tav's been excellent since he came back in.
And we missed him when he wasn't playing. We missed him a lot.
Yeah, definitely. I spoke about that in the last one, and he's been. I think he had a lot of doubters. And I think since he's come back, well, when he wasn't there, we really realised that he wasn't there because we didn't have that, that buzz, that spark in the midfield.
Yeah, it's the thing with me with Tav is honestly, I think he's better coming in from the right-hand side. I think he's more dangerous and more useful coming in from the right-hand side. So if we play a 4-3-1 or a 4-2, like a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1, playing the right-hand side, I think he's brilliant at there. If he has too much of the ball, sometimes he can get a bit lackadaisical and a little bit too confident at times. Then he overdoes it. Yeah, like we always called him 10-touch Tav, like because he tries to do too much of it. But when he just simply moves the ball quickly, his energy, like he's one of the best in the league at what he does.
Oh yeah,
and what a left foot he's got. Like he can deliver it. He can half hit it as well. Like he's going to be a top player for us. I think myself, again, hugely guilty of this. Just need to be a little bit more patient with him at times. One of my frustrations with born of him was last season when things weren't going well. He was kind of like walking around, strutting on the pitch, like giving other players stick, like he'd already made it and stuff like that. But you see a lot of young players go through that phase. I think he's worked well under Warnock. Warnock's kind of brought him down a peg or two, made him work in his game. Because I think Warnock realises the potential you got in a player like Matt Tavernier. So it's good player. We have missed him. We've missed his industry. I think he was second for interceptions last night or something like that. And 75% pass success rate. There was a few passes near the end that weren't reaching the goal, but you know what? Like he done all right. He had a good game, and like you say, we've missed his energy.
Yeah, definitely. And like you said, going back onto Balassi as well, he's going to be. I mean, you've seen. I can't remember who it was. It might have been Savile or Howson. Played the ball into the channel just to kind of, get us out, waste a bit of time potentially in the corner, and he's managed to get there and get onto it and keep it into. And I think his energy is going to be. He's going to be massive going into the
he's got a hell of a gallop on him. Like you Balassi a full pace. Like he will beat the majority of people in this league. He's rapid. He's obviously missed a lot of matches. Like he's not played half of this season. He's coming to us, had an appearance, got injured in training. So he's had a stuttering start. He's one of those ones I think you'll probably get a couple of cameos off the bench or a couple of 60-minute matches. And then we'll probably see the best of Balassi in the last 6-7 games.
Yeah. And then he's off.
And then he's off. But you never know. He might be. He might come back next season. We don't know. There's
Well, you're hoping so. It just depends on the whole Warnock situation, doesn't it? What we're going to do next season.
Yeah, I think so because we got Ashley Fletcher contract ending, Britta Sombolonga. We've got Marvin Johnson contract ending. We've got Bettinelli going back on loan. We've got Mendes Leng on the deal at the end of the season. We've got Cabano.
Yeah.
We've got Cabano to foot about is only on loan. We've got Balassi only on loan. So there's a lot of short-term things. The football club we're guilty of we've got a brand new process and thought leadership in regards to what we're going to do, taking things forward. It doesn't work out, right? We're going to have to do everything on short-term deals and just try to get through this next phase. I think it's Middlesbrough Football Club. Seriously, need to have a look at how we run things on regards to the football side of it, because I think as a business we'll always be well. Because I don't think Steve Gibson would overstretch ourselves and do anything stupid. But I think what he needs to heavily invest in regards to how we run as a football team, build a philosophy, do something where ultimately he doesn't have himself or Neil Bowser making football decisions for the football club because they're not football experts. None of us are. I couldn't run a football club based on being a football fan. I don't have a clue. But if you get someone like a Neil Warnock into the director of football and he can help you build a philosophy, get someone like a Paul Warning as manager, something like that, something long term. This is what we're trying to do as Middlesbrough Football Club. Bring some players in from the lower leagues. Let's be honest, your Bowlers and Dykesdales and Marcus Browns will probably work out. So we got that right. We just didn't have the right manager in Jonathan Woodgate. So you can see how important the right people in for the right philosophy for the right players. Because Warnock's got a track record of bringing players in from the lower leagues. And obviously we've got Mendes Leng now. He brought in from Peterborough. You look at the majority of that Cardiff team playing well at the moment. They were his signings he brought in from struggling teams or players who weren't getting the game, stuff like that. So you can do it. He just needs to have the right backing and time to do it.
Yeah, definitely. No, I agree. I'd love to see I'd love to see Warnock take over that kind of technical director role, oversee everything, and then bring in, someone mentioned the Cowley brothers or like an Eddie Howe to kind of come in and, join in with that philosophy and where we want to take the football club, and to have him there and that experience that would be massive to obviously just guide them along the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that pretty much wraps everything up, mate. So thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, please make sure to subscribe. And if you listen to this on the podcast, please leave a review. And hopefully we'll see you again, mate, in another episode.
Happy days, no worries.
Perfect. Thank you very much, mate.
Cheers, man.